surgical instruments, anything plastic in the autoclave is going to melt. So if you look at this container that is plastic, guess what?
It
It went in the autoclave and it melted. That's what happens when things go in the autoclave and melt. So, we don't want to put plastic in. There is a sterilizer out there that some clinics have that can use plastic, and it's a gas sterilizer. And you have to be in order to run it, you have to go through a training and be able to and go through and take a test and pass the test before you can run it. So 2 rock packs. So some clinics have like drapes that are made out of like this material. Some clinics have stuff that's made that is just like a disposable one, just like this, and then they do a second layer with some thicker stuff. This is what I use for many, many years, helping in surgery and wrapping ER packs and everything at an emergency clinic. Some day practices have their own little squares, and it's cloth, so they can wash them and in the washing machine and then reuse them. So you'll see different ones, but basically what you're going to be doing is wrapping the pack like this. There are clinics, we're gonna wrap them in the trays. And I have to be honest, there are some clinics that have the cloth drapes. They wrap them in, they wrap the instruments just in the cloth, and they just put the instruments on there. They don't use a tray. So what they do is all the instruments are clean. So there's a bucket of instrument cleaner after surgery. Put them in there, and you're taking a scrub brush and scrubbing off all the blood and all the guts, whatever's off of them. And just scissors are not normally in there. And so you're cleaning all of them, and then there's we don't have one in the classroom, but there's a little thing called an ultrasonic cleaner. What it is, it has disinfectant cleaner in there, and you put all the instruments in there, and you turn it off about 15 minutes, and it vibrates, and it gets all those microorganisms that you didn't get off with the scrub brush or you didn't get off with the cleaner, and it takes it all off, and then you take those out, dip them in distilled water, rinse them, and then spread them out, and then they have a spray called instrument milk, and it's a white substance that they spray on the instruments to help with the joints of the instruments. So because they're going in distilled water and getting washed, they need lubricant in the joints so they keep working well, so it's not hard to open and close. So once they're all clean and they have dried and they have the instruments on instrument milk and the hinges are all lubed up, you can put them in a certain order. Some clinics they will have folders of how they want their packs wrapped and how they want the instruments in there. But they'll take all the hemostats and gotta unclamp. They can't be clamped. You have to unclamp them. They'll take the scissors and go in order. These are all clamped. They'll go in order. And I know this is not like there's instruments in here that are not normally in a pack. Go like this. And then they'll take the stumble handle, put that through there, lay it just into the tray. So, like this. And then you add gauze, and you have a sterile strip in there, sterilometer strip. They're blank. They're always in there. You add this, one of the sterilometer strips. You put that in there, and you put some gauze in there, and then you're ready to wrap it. Anything that's loose, like these, can just go on the side of it. It doesn't have to be. A lot of the trays that I used at Pet Emergency were huge because they were for the orthopedic packs, and they were bigger packs. They had and there's towel clamps and everything that you put. Towel clamps normally just go on top of everything else, but they will teach you how they want you to put together the pack. They're not gonna, I'm not gonna teach you a certain way to do it. I'm gonna teach you how to wrap it the way that I normally wrap it. There's other ways to wrap it. I know one clinic that students will go to in here for internship. They do wrap them a little bit differently than what we do, but they'll teach you their way. They'll train you their way. So just be open to other ways of doing things. So, how many of you have wrapped your presents? Let's say almost all of you have wrapped your present. So you're going to take this, you're going to lay it on the table, and I always do it, it's a square, but I always do it that, like, in a diamond shape. And it's kind of like, it's how we swaddle the baby almost. And we're going to take the corners. But you'll put the instrument pack right there. Take one corner. So take the corner that towards you. I'll wait that around. Of course. It's harder if it. So take one corner and you wrap it. Place it over. And you want to make it look nice because you want it as tight as possible. This stuff will tear if you do too much. But you're going to want to make another crease, so fold it back over towards you, but covering the instruments. And then you're going to want to make another crease, because the reason why you want to make all these little flaps, you want to make tabs for when you're opening up the pack, you can open it without getting into the sterile field. So this way. And then you're going to take a side and do the same thing. And you're going to make your flap so you can your tab so you can easily grab, take the other side. So you have one corner and the two sides with your tabs. Okay. So now you have this little pouch right here that you created. So you take this end and you're going to fold it over this way. You're not going to make the little tabs over this way. You're going to tuck it in to your little pouch and leave a little tab that way. So and then your pack is wrapped, and then you have autoclave tape to put around it, and you put your initials, what type of pack it is. Each instrument will probably, in the clinic, will have a tape, like a color of a tape. Put the color of the pack, because it'll be orange and white, maybe just white, or maybe 3 colors, depending on how they organized it, and the date that it's going to be autoclaved. So most of the time when you're wrapping packs, you're putting that date that you wrapped it, because it's going straight into the autoclave that day.
Do you wrap them in gloves? Because...
You're like wearing gloves?
Yeah.
No.
Because wouldn't it not be sterile?
You're still gonna go through
You're wrapping it to get ready to be sterilized.
Oh, okay.
You're just cleaning it, getting them clean, and getting all the gunk off of them, drying them, and getting the lubricant on them, and then they go into the autoclave, which is a steam sterilizer. It basically, you put the packs in there, and when you turn it on, it probably takes like an hour to run, and there's water, which it gets up to a certain temp, like 250 degrees Fahrenheit, turns into steam, and so the steam gets all around inside and gets in here. So that little strip that I told you that you put in, the sterilometer strip, will turn black when you open the pack. When the surgeon opens the pack, they'll see that it's black and that it's been sterilized. Plus your autoclave tape, it looks like masking tape, but there's little lines in it. And once that's autoclave, that will turn black. Yeah. So, but let's say I've taken off the autoclave tape, it's been autoclaved. Now the doctor goes, okay, can you open the pack for me? And this is a little tray. So to open the pack, I'm gonna see how the pack is all done. I'm not gonna be touching the inside of that pack. So I'll be walking around, and I don't want to touch anything that the doctor could touch. So if anything, you pinch it this way and bring it down, and then they'll be all okay. Thank you. And then they're all scrubbed in. They have a surgical gown on, cap mask. You have a cap and mask on too in the surgery room, and probably booties for your shoes because you don't want to bring any of that dirt into the OR. And then they'll say, okay, can you hand me the blade? And you take it and go like this. And you may be dropping it on there, but you don't want to go in the middle and over the sterile field because this is all of your sterile field now going up. The only person that can touch the instruments are the doctors or the surgical assistant who is scrubbed in and has sterile gloves on. Does that make sense? So all you're doing with pack wrapping is getting it ready, getting it wrapped to be able to go into the autoclave. And all I want you to do today is wrap it and get the form of wrapping it because we're going to be doing gowns, folding gowns too. Folding, the pack wrapping, the instrument wrapping is easier than the gowns. Folding the gowns. You're going to wrap the gown the same way you're going to wrap a pack. So I have a pile of gowns on the ground over there. Some of them are a little bit harder to fold than others because some of them are the disposable gowns that come pre-folded and everything, and the doctor uses them once and then throws them out. So, but to wrap a gown, the doctor is going to put it on this way. Someone's going to come behind and tie and everything. So you want to put the gown on the table with the side that would be facing out, not touching the doctor's clothes. Not inside out. You're going to take the arms, you're going to fold them in this way, and you're going to take this part and fold it over. So you want to make sure the armholes are there because the main thing with folding a gown, you want to make sure the armholes are available for the doctor to pick up that folded gown, drop it, and be able to just slide right in without it hitting the table or ground or having to flip it around or do anything like that. Because they just washed their hands, they don't have their surgical gloves on yet. So you want to make sure that everything, when you're folding the gowns, it comes out right where they can drop it and slide their arms in. So you fold the arms in, fold each side in, make sure the armholes are available. Now with this, fold up into a little small square. If you started folding this up into a little small square, you wouldn't be able to see the armholes. So what you want to do is you can take it in more. Even though the armholes are kind of folding in, you still have the top. And fold this in more. There's different ways of folding gowns too. And then you want to make sure the top is there. So you're going to do, how many of you know how to do the accordion fold? You guys know what I'm talking about? The accordion fold? Yeah. So you're going to take this, fold it one way, fold it back, fold it forward, fold it back. And then you want the top part of the gown like this. So you want everything, so when the doctor picks it up, all they have to do is go and drop it and slide into it. Because this will be wrapped with this material with tape and saying surgical gown and the date that you wrapped it and everything. You'll have a towel and they'll unwrap it before they wash their hands. They'll have a little towel that they use to dry their hands, and then they'll drop the towel on the ground for you to pick up. We kind of pick up after the doctors, I have to say, assistants and technicians. You're their little picking everything up. And then they take this and put it on. And they already have everything else on that they need. And then they will do their gloves. They keep their hands inside and do their gloves. They pick up their gloves. I'll show you another day, but they flip them over and then they go like this and bring their hands through the gloves. And some of the gown is still underneath the glove. they do it really fast because they do it every single day when they scrub into surgery, so they know what they're doing. If you try to put on sterile gloves right now, you'd be like, how am I doing this? So yeah, that's how you're gonna fold gowns and you're gonna wrap instruments. So half of you grab gowns and half of you the other half grab some instruments and start wrapping.